Welcome back to Reading Reddit Stories. We're going to be going over some fast food stories today. And
Reading Reddit.
Yeah, that actually hurt more than I thought it would.
It's on the net. Why don't you take a bet? Reading Reddit.
I feel like you actually ripped some skin off my lips. But yeah, I thought we could go over some fast food ones today. We're going to be doing the gorilla method. People were saying that's a good way to see stories that don't get covered a million other times by other channels. So I used to work kind of fast food.
I think your respect for life itself was lessened by your experiences there.
Yeah, I think that's true. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin that she's been eating a lot of fast food recently? This is from 6 years ago. Hello, English isn't my first language, so sorry for any mistakes. I'm a 19 male and my cousin is a 19 female. We're both pretty chubby, but we've been working on it. I'm 6 foot and went from 350 pounds to 270 as of now, and she's 5'4" and went from 250 to 210. We have both taken a break from working. While I'm not eating as healthy as before, I make sure to not start increasing my weight again, while she has started to go back to her old ways. She eats McDonald's at least 6 times a week, and I usually don't say anything, but today she called and asked me if I could take her to get McDonald's. She doesn't have a car, I do. I let it slip and said, "You've been eating out a lot recently," but ended up saying yes to taking her. It was silent for like 5 seconds, and then she said that she can take herself and ended the call. She was going to ask her grandmother to use her car. She never took the car, and 20 months later, she sent me a text saying, "Please don't say those comments. Really, nobody knows what I go through." At the time, I really don't know what she meant. I didn't make the connection that what I said offended her, so I replied with a question mark. He hasn't said anything to me anymore, and I don't know that it hurt her that much because she says stuff like that to me as well. So am I the asshole for saying this? Reddit thinks he is. I feel like I'd need more context in order to say that for sure, but
I don't think he's the asshole.
it seems like an accident. If the cousin actually is saying that to him as well, I don't see why that's it seems like that's just their relationship dynamic.
Well, if they both want to lose weight,
You gotta hold each other accountable.
hold me accountable. Anytime I say punch me in the injured shoulder. Don't do that.
I saw the fear in your eyes. You're like, oh shit, he actually will.
Why is he telling her to not eat McDonald's? It's because he cares, right?
Yeah, you gotta come across it with some tact for sure. Seems like this is something that they're doing together, and the fact that she does say stuff like that to him, assuming that's true, makes me think that that's just kind of their relationship dynamic.
Well, with most people, it's something they're sensitive about, and I get that. He definitely could have delivered it lighter.
You're the asshole. She did not ask you your opinion on her weight or diet. Well, he didn't comment on the weight, first of all.
Be perfectly like a perfect weight, and eating McDonald's is bad for you.
Yeah, it's bad for your heart.
There's just so much bad stuff. Like, if you care about someone, you probably don't want them eating in excess of McDonald's.
You're the asshole. She's fully aware of her eating habits and doesn't need you to point anything out in that respect. I disagree. Just because she knows that she's eating out that much, sometimes you just get into a habit and you're not fully cognizant of the effect that it's having on your body.
I think it's part of a healthy relationship with family and friends to hold each other accountable for their goals and health. What if am I the asshole for no longer packing orders at fast food? Is that like a rebel? That could be an interesting story.
This is like a freedom fighter, yeah. I, 18 female, work at a fast food restaurant. While I take orders, I usually help pack the burger, put the fry in, and hand it to the drive-thru. The cooks are easily annoyed with me because I make mistakes sometimes and ask questions. I want to remain unproblematic, so I would always apologize for everything. But I have grown very tired of receiving insults and anger from customers and the cooks, even if I was not wrong multiple times. Today I was very careful with my job and I was doing it well. But later in the evening, there was a burger. I was unsure on where it belonged. So to avoid confusion, I asked the cook, 25-ish male. He asked me what the sticker said, and I responded, "No tomato, no onion with cheese." And I showed him the ticket, which said, "No tomato, no onion, no lettuce with cheese." He had an angry tone when he responded well, I would put the no lettuce stickers on it if it doesn't have it. I was just asking a question. Then he became more mad and said stuff, but I walked away and sticked with taking orders and no longer packing them. After a while, another cook who was also pretty hot-headed came in. I guess she was angry that I was no longer packing orders. She would slam the bagged burgers on the counter and even threw one harshly onto the counter. It hit the wall before falling back onto the counter. I picked it up, put fries in, and handed it to the drive-thru. Then I loudly expressed that I no longer want to work here because the people are rude and has no manners. There were no longer words between me and the cooks, but it was tense. My coworker said that no one was the asshole in the situation. However, I feel like I was unfair to the second cook. They were working together, thus the reason why I didn't want to go back till later. I feel like I was wrong for that, but was reasonable and no longer wanting to pack orders. I mean, yeah, when you're working in a job like that and you have people that are just not willing to bunker down and get the job done, it's like the most infuriating shit on the planet. I feel like there's a camaraderie that comes with working at a very shitty place with a lot of people that understand they're just there to get everything done and get everybody out on time. I've definitely worked jobs, like my last position before where I'm working now, everybody definitely had the mentality of like, we know this sucks, we're not going to be bad to each other. Sometimes, you know, tensions would get high if it was a high stress situation, but in general, we were more looking out for each other and just making sure that everything was getting done. But when you have people that aren't looking out for you and you're trying to learn and you're trying to help people and do your fucking job and they're calling you stupid for doing it, it doesn't help anybody. It makes your team worse. And of course, it just sucks.
When it hurts like everybody working there, if you're going to hurt the machine, go for it. I don't like the machine. You know, if they were packing some burgers and taking them home and, you know, cooking the inventory, I don't care about that.
I don't think that's what this is about.
No, I know, but I really wish it were.
Am I an asshole for passing a guy in line at the drive-thru?
There's a lot of those.
I had to make a pickup at the Walgreens pharmacy drive-thru. As I approach, I see one car go up to the window being helped, and another about 3 or 4 car lengths behind pulled off to the side a bit. I wasn't sure if they were in line or not. I wanted maybe 30 seconds to see if they'd pull up. As there was no way they didn't see me behind them, I drove past and got behind the car being helped. They immediately pulled up behind me, nearly rear-ending me, then backed up and drove around me shouting real nice and some other choice words. When I finally got up to the window, I could see the guy standing in line inside the store. Am I the asshole? What's the alternative? You just wait behind this guy who might be on his phone or passed out or drunk or...
I think you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm talking about like for OP.
No, exactly. I don't think they're the asshole.
Am I the asshole for not looking the drive-thru worker in the eyes? I'll try to make this as brief as possible. I, 25 female, have a really hard time looking people in the eyes or even their face at times. I don't know why. I mean, that's just anxiety. When I do, I just feel this weight on my chest. It's worse when it's men, and the only way to make it go away is to look somewhere else. It doesn't matter where, just as long as it's not near their eyes. When it comes to going to drive-thrus, I either look at my money or at their shirt. It just helps, I guess. When I went to Taco Bell today and I was doing my usual to avoid making eye contact, I still made conversation, asking how he was doing and making sure to thank him. Before driving off, he made a comment that it was rude not to look at someone when talking to them. I got all flustered and apologized for driving off. I mentioned this to my friend when I got home, and they said that the worker was right, that I shouldn't expect other people to accommodate to my anxiety, which doesn't make too much sense, but I don't know. I've never been told I was rude before, so now I'm not sure. Am I the asshole? I mean, what's the accommodation? You're having a conversation anyway. There's nothing that's like lost if you're not making eye contact.
I feel like if you're having a proper conversation with someone, it feels a little weird to not like give them your full attention, but this is Taco Bell. You're there for your tacos.
I'm there for my fucking tacos. We live in a world where I can order on the fucking kiosk and you can bring it to me out in the lobby and I never have to say a word to you.
Now, I do think if you're going to like do a job interview or you're going to like talk with some friend or something and it's an actual serious conversation.
I can see it being perceived as rude, but like if you're working this job, that's like the fucking bottom tier of your worries. It's like, I'm being disrespected by a customer. Oh my God. And it's just because they're not looking at you.
And like someone who, you know, grew up autistic, eye contact didn't come to me natural. I kind of have to think about it. Like when I do this, I'm like, manually activate eye contact.
I find myself doing the same thing at drive-thrus, but it's mostly like I'll look at them when I'm talking to them, but like when the window's open and they're like reading my card or whatever, I will instantly go back to my phone because otherwise I'm just like, wait. Look at the time frame on this too. 5 years ago. So that's either 2021 or 2020. This is fucking COVID era too. So this is like we're already at the start of not interacting with the person giving you your food anymore.
I think it makes any interaction better if you make eye contact. I know there are people who are neurotypical, myself included, where it...
You're neurotypical?
Uh-huh. That's what autism is.
Neurotypical?
I mean, neurodivergent.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what you said. I feel like you got to be a little egotistical to take somebody not making eye contact with you as a slight. Because I'm under the impression most of the time if they're not distracted and doing something else that they're just like shy or embarrassed.
People are conflating Taco Bell with real life. And that's not what it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Am I the asshole for not giving my overweight son a donut?
I came home from work last night and stopped by the gas station to grab a soda. I got me and my wife 2 donuts, but I didn't get one for my son because he's on a low sugar carb diet because he's overweight. My son was asleep when I came home, so I didn't think he would know. But he saw the donut wrappers in the trash the next morning and was very upset. Am I the asshole dad? I mean, no, not the asshole. He's on a diet. Why would I buy something for my son that's on a diet that's not in his diet?
You would be the asshole for getting him the donut.
Yeah. I would love it if that guy was like 30, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Not the asshole, but I think to help him out, you should set an example. It's tough for kids to understand why they can't have something when they see their parents going against their rule. The do as I say, not as I do is going to frustrate him, and diets aren't really the way to go. It really is a lifestyle change, and it's already tough to do it as a kid, but on top of that, doing it alone will be incredibly hard. Work together as a family to help him. Yeah, that's fair. You also have to, like, come to grips with the fact that people are going to be able to eat stuff that you can't around you when you're on a diet, or just changing your lifestyle in general. This Redditor has a different perspective. You're the asshole. If you have an overweight kid, there's only 2 reasons for it. You've given him a poor diet or it's medical, which I don't think is 100% true. I mean, yeah, it's like it's like probably the number one determining factor in whether or not your kid is going to be overweight, whether or not the parents are overweight. But there are environmental factors that affect it outside of that. And there are also some studies that show that that's more genetic than behavioral. Like you'll have a kid that is raised around a family that has very healthy eating habits, but they've been adopted from a family that's been chronically overweight for like generations on generations. Like obviously it's not 100% genetic, but I think it's incorrect to say that the only way you have an overweight kid is if it's your habits or if it's a medical
Only
problem.
the Sith deal in absolutes.
Yeah, unless you count genetics as a medical condition, in which case I don't want you to vote.
Wait, hold on. I have post-nasal drip from all the cocaine. But yeah, also, like, a big thing is no one's just an expert parent or is a good parent with everything going into being a parent. It's a constant learning experience.
They're trying to keep it a secret so that he doesn't find out that they're eating poorly, like for his benefit. So A, he's not tempted, and so B, that like he doesn't develop those habits or continue on with those poor habits. And, you know, whether or not it's right that they're eating that way at all, like they're not, it was an accident. I don't think anybody could call them the asshole. I think some of these people are going fucking crazy. You're the asshole. Set a good example for your son and put down the donuts yourself. He didn't get that way in a vacuum, and he's not going to change his habits unless the whole family changes their habits. Seriously, who eats gas station donuts and a soda? You're the asshole, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're overweight as well, considering your son is only 8. Kids that young don't become fat on their own.
When did they say he was 8?
I don't know. Maybe in a comment somewhere, but I don't see it in the post. Oh, yeah, here it is. I mean, yeah, that definitely changes things a bit for me. Like I said, I can't make like an assumption. I can't know for sure.
Well, he's on the diet. They're trying to do something about it.
And also saying that they're an asshole because they're eating poorly, and it's going to be a struggle for their son to not eat poorly, as if like it's not hard for them to eat well as well, especially if they've been conditioned to do that like their entire lives. Like this could be a moment of weakness in their own health journey. We don't know, because we don't have that context. I don't know. Just a lot of judgy assholes, I think, in this conversation. Although it looks like overall, the whole thing was not the asshole.
That's what I say.
They're not making excuses, though. They're acknowledging that it's not a good thing to be eating or drinking. They're just like, yeah, we did this, and then my son is mad at us for not getting him donut. All right, so Bladge was supposed to read this next story while I was in the bathroom pissing. But he, I guess, forgot what a microphone was. So the microphone is currently behind him while this is being shot. Yeah. So here's what that audio sounds like.
So I am 50 years old. Went to get some fast food. Diabetic.
It's about midnight the night before this video goes out. So I'm just going to leave you with him recapping the story from after I got back from my big piss.
The dad or whatever, he's diabetic, right? And he got a chicken sandwich meal with fries, and he's like, I'm not supposed to have the fries. And the daughter was like, can I eat them? And he was like, oh, sure, you can have the fries. On the way back, he ate, like, really most of the fries. They're the waffle fries. She had, like, 2 to 3 with a little bit of the crumbled ones, and she was expecting a full thing of fries. Is he the asshole for doing that?
I've done this. I've done this before.
You were the asshole?
Yeah, no, it's very embarrassing. I just have really poor impulse control.
See, now if you come out and say like, "Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that," then
did he not even apologize?
Well, he's acting. See, well, he's doubling down, saying like, "Oh, look right there," or I guess these are comments, but he's doubling down and saying, "Oh, she had like 2 to 3 of them." With some crumpled ones. That's the thing that makes it asshole for me is he doubles down.
I wanted to comment that I didn't offer to go back and get her more because it's such a long drive. I didn't feel like I had to, given they came with my meal in the first place. No, you fucking at least like give her a rain check. Like I'll go back and get some like the next time I'm out. I'm sorry.
Well, it's like once you give away something, it's no longer yours.
Yeah. Before we move on to our wildcard stories, I do want to say that they are very sexual in nature. So if you were coming in here just to see some stories about fast food, just a heads up, these ones do get a little bit raunchy. So if you're not comfortable with that, feel free to click off the video now. Okay, so this is on something called The 10th Dentist. I don't know anything.
What?
Oh, yeah. So it's about somebody that disagrees with the majority of people. Don't read ahead now.
I just read the title.
So the title is, As a Straight Man, Vaginas Are Badly Optimized Interfaces, and I would prefer them evolutionarily eradicated. Going off that, what do you think is going on in this guy's head?
I feel like he's not a straight man.
That's actually, that's a good read. Okay, let's see. I'm a straight man. I love women. I'm not closeted. I'm not trolling. I'm just done pretending that vaginas are these sacred, sexy temples of divine femininity.
That part where you started and where you just ended, can you just read that part like Christian?
I'm a straight man. I love women. I'm not closeted. I'm not trolling. I'm just done pretending that vaginas are sacred, sexy temples of divine femininity.
Oh God, did Christian make
that? Maybe. I mean, I could see it. They're not. They're a mess, both in design and function. If evolution had any sense of symmetry, women would have ended up with penises and the world would be better for it. Aesthetically speaking, vaginas are chaos incarnate. They make hardly any sense. There's no standard layout, no symmetry, no visual logic. Folds on folds, lips of random lengths, hidden bits, and inconsistent shapes. You know, I think some people would say the things that make us different are the things that make life worth living. But what do I know, 10th dentist? Compare that to the penis. Sleek, functional, symmetrical, whether flaccid or hard, it has a cohesive structure. Vaginas look like they're trying to be secretive. The clitoris is great, so why is it buried? The main engine of female pleasure, which is the clitoris, is basically buried treasure with map prerequisite and terms conditions wall of text you have to read and agree. You need to spread folds, shift skin, and sometimes ask for directions. If women had small penises instead, like literally just the clit externalized, it makes so much more sense. Easy to find, easy to stimulate, easy to please. No more pretending like we all instinctively know the move. Looking at you, Helen. It would make mutual...
Who the fuck's Helen?
Oh, that's probably his mom.
Oh.
Anyway.
Why are you name dropping? What is this? What? Where is he? Why?
I think it's a Redditor trying to be funny.
Probably, but where did you find this?
This particular story, I think they read it on Smosh. People in the comments wanted us to read it. I thought you would like it.
Assuming this is like serious, there's not liking something and then there's just loathing something. And to type out this whole Declaration of Independence about how much you dislike that is telling me that you're not a straight man, fella.
I think some of these guys are ego over logic for a lot of this stuff. I could see this being written by a straight guy that just thinks he's smarter than everybody. Well, by anybody, but specifically, it's relevant to this to say he's straight. If a woman wants sex with me, cool, but I should not be needing PhD in female anatomy to deliver whatever she expects me to deliver.
Oh man, when I take anatomy, am I going to have to learn about all that? Wow.
Vaginas? It's a part of the anatomy.
Well, that's a thinker.
You should get a PhD. That was a Freudian slip. I meant to say PhD. Then speaking of health, vaginas are a high maintenance liability. I don't know why cats keep What? I don't know why cats keep pretending like vagina is low effort.
Maybe
He's like a fucking 9-year-old man. I don't know why cats keep pretending like the vagina is a low effort item.
Is he saying cats like people?
Yeah, I think he's saying cats like, oh, you're a cool cat.
Yeah.
Constant discharge, blood once a month, pH balance issues, yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, UTIs from having sex too rough or wiping in the wrong direction. It's like maintaining a biohazard you can't even fully see. I just watched Penis with Soap. Done. If women had external genitalia like men, half of the medical aisle wouldn't be obsolete. Vaggies are reason sex is less satisfying than it should be. Okay. Wrap it up. As a straight man, I want to love vaginal sex, but it's unpredictable. Sometimes it's too tight. Sometimes there's no sensation. Sometimes the angle is wrong and it just hurts her. Meanwhile, if both partners had penises, you get clear stimulation, shared mechanics, and direct communication. Sex would be much more mutual instead of this asymmetrical guessing game where one person is always hoping they did enough. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, hold on. Sometimes it's too tight. Sometimes there's no sensation. Sometimes the angle's wrong. Meanwhile, if both partners had penises, you get clear stimulation. I don't know how far I want to get into this. Okay. There's some pretty clear, like, back and forth. If you can read, like, body language at all, you can tell when you're doing something right. Society would function differently and better at that because a lot of toxic gender dynamics come from the invisibility of female desire. If women had visible arousal, like a literal bulge when turned on, people might actually take their sexuality seriously. Did you clock what just happened there? He just said he can't tell when women are horny because they don't get horny around him because he's always talking like this.
It really just sounds like
I think he's autistic and gay. I think that's the answer.
Oh God, there's more.
Why shame? Women's clothes are designed around hiding a secret. Pads, tampons, panty liners are what it's called. They are all shame, silence. I just walk around without having to pretend I'm shy of my anatomy. Yeah, it's not shy of being anatomy. It's being shy about like blood leaking out of you. Most people hide that away because A, it's a biohazard, and B, because it shouldn't be embarrassing, but like, I think whether or not it was associated with femininity, bleeding out of your crotch would probably, be stigmatized.
Also, someone could slip.
My final thought. I'm not saying we scrap vaginas tomorrow. If you remove emotion, social programming, and 200,000 years of conditioning, the vagina is a badly optimized interface. High maintenance, hard to navigate, and visually chaotic. The penis, despite its own disadvantages, is a superior design, and if women had it streamlined, sensitive, and functional, the world would be simpler, sex would be clearer, and culture would be more honest. I think like the only point that I can agree on is that like for some women, the anatomy makes their clit buried a little bit more, and if that were more exposed, it'd probably make sexual gratification for both partners easier. Well, but I just don't get what do you mean it's a superior design? It needs to be streamlined.
It sounds like he's just bad with ladies both in and outside the bed. But you should finish it. There's only a few more lines left in edits.
This isn't about being gay, okay? Or into some shit. It's about seeing past the worship and calling out a flawed design when I see one.
Do you know A Modest Proposal?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like best case scenario, this is something like this, criticizing people who are actually like this about people's bodies, but I don't think Reddit has people.
It would be a brilliant satire. I could definitely see this being somebody just fucking around.
No, for sure, but if that was actually the point, for Reddit standards, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, no, it actually would be really good satire for that.
But I don't think Reddit would produce people with such...
No, I disagree. I think that there's a chance. I know people who genuinely feel this way about vaginas.
Well, no, for sure. And like also the way he's going like, hey, cats, like that kind of just a little bit of...
Yeah, that's like such a specific weirdness that if it's trolling, it's like brilliant.
I feel like that if this were satire, that's the tell, or like the dog whistle that it's that. I'm saying that, but yeah. I don't think it's that thought out though.
If I had a chance to show this in my gender studies class, I would do that since I am a professor of gender studies. But unfortunately, I think I would get fired by the asshole for refusing to lend my brother my rose toy.
What does this mean?
That's a sex toy.
Wait, what?
I found myself in a tough spot with my brother, and I'm questioning if I handled it correctly. Here's the situation. My brother, let's call him Alex, has always had a passion for collecting rare toys. He often spends beyond his means to acquire them and is notorious for asking family and friends to lend him money to fund his hobby. Recently, Alex approached me with a request for a substantial loan to purchase a limited edition Temu Rose toy. He promised to pay me back within a month, but given his track record of not repaying debts, I was hesitant. As much as I wanted to support his passion, I couldn't ignore the pattern of him borrowing money and never following through on repayment. Reluctantly, I declined his request, expressing my concerns about his financial habits and the importance of being responsible with money. Alex didn't take it well. He accused me of being selfish and unsupportive, arguing that families should always help each other out, especially when it comes to their passions. He even tried to guilt trip me by bringing up past favors I asked of him. Now I'm left wondering if I made the right decision by refusing to lend him the money for the Timo Rose toy. Was I justified in prioritizing financial responsibility over supporting his hobby, or am I the asshole for not being there for my brother in the pursuit of something he loves?
If your brother needs a surgery to live and you're like, maybe, but it's a toy, I'd be, no, you're not the asshole for not giving him money, especially if he's delinquent on debts. Also,
what is a collectible rose toy? I have to know that.
Look up Temu Rose toy on Google Images and see what...
It's gonna be the sex toy. It's gonna be the fucking sex toy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Isn't that a sex toy? Why would you share a sex toy with your brother? He disinfected my last one and we're really close. I understand how weird it'd be for most, but our family does this kind of thing.
Okay, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Oh, fuck. What the fuck? How did we find this? Why did you do this? Is this a troll? Is this a troll? Is it?
Are you happy with
Oh no, they've posted quite a few times before this. Oh no. No, oh my god, this is real. I think this is real, guys. Yeah, no, you're the asshole.
I feel like you intend on using yours. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Don't share sex toys with your family.
All right, I'm done. Goodbye, everybody. Oh.
I'm gonna wax my hole.